Hey Guru Nation, welcome back to theclinicaltrialsguru.com. So keep your questions coming in. I know it's been a holiday week, so it's been less content than usual, but definitely keep the questions coming in. This one's from Snapchat, and it's from someone who looks like they want a CRA perspective. They have to give a presentation from the perspective of a CRA on what effective site management is. And can you please help me point me in the right direction? I'm going to be presenting in front of the company CTA, which is the clinical, who is the CTA? CPM, Clinical Project Manager, CTM, Clinical Trial Manager, and Directors. So CTA is the assistants, but you're basically worried about the managers. So what is effective site management? I mean, I don't think there's a wrong answer here other than not knowing what effective site management is from the perspective of a CRA. So when you go out as a CRA, your number one duty, your number one objective is to make sure that the site is following the protocol, to make sure that the site is following good clinical practice, and to make sure that patient safety is being monitored and upheld at all times. Like, that's it. Sounds very simple. Very difficult to do, especially when you're juggling numerous sites that you're monitoring. Now, I am a CRA. I have just a little bit of experience being a CRA myself. I just took on a few part-time CRA gigs just so I could get a feel for what a CRA goes through on a daily basis. But I have over 10 years of experience from the other side, the site, the research site perspective. And I know what a good CRA is when it comes to effective site management and what a not so good one is, even what a bad one is. So effective site management doesn't mean, first of all, it means that you can get along with the study team, particularly the investigator, with the study coordinators. Those are your two primary contacts that you're going to be dealing with. And yes, research sites have more individuals than that, but those are the two primary ones I would focus on, the study coordinator and the PI. So, how do you be proactive and make sure that they're following the protocol? How do you make sure that whenever there's a protocol amendment, that they're trained on that amendment, that the PI is training and documenting this training in the regulatory binder? How do you make sure that when this protocol amendment occurs and it triggers an ICF amendment, that they're reconsenting all the patients appropriately and on time? Because if they don't do it, those are protocol deviations. Those are GCP violations. And so those are reportable to the IRB and to the sponsor. And obviously, you're trying to avoid that. So good communication sounds very cliche, but that's key, right? Good communication. Just be on good terms with the site. You got to know when to give and when you need to take, just like in any relationship, right? Shouldn't just be you giving orders and instructions all the time. It's going back and forth. Maybe going out of your way to helping the study coordinator or the PI when they need help from a vendor and they're having a hard time getting a hold of that vendor, or a hard time getting a hold of the person in the contracts because they're not getting a payment on time. You get involved and try to help out, right? That's giving. You're building equity. So now when you need something, let's say a database lock, and you need some queries answered and it's Friday afternoon and everyone wants to go home, you can probably get that because you've earned some equity with the site. So that's what effective site management is. It's a lot of things. It's way too many things to put into one YouTube video, but that's what I would suggest. It boils down to good communication between you, the CRA, and the study coordinator and the PI, and everything that entails. Safety of the patient, adherence to the protocol, adherence to good clinical practice, making sure queries are getting resolved in a timely manner, preparing for database lock, investigational product, accountability and reconciliation, and everything that goes into that as far as the IP temperature management. Those are the things that you want to watch out for. And protocol training. There's on average 4 or 5 amendments per study. So those require documented training, and hopefully your PI is being proactive about it and training their staff. But if not, you need to do it and document it. And then the fallout from every amendment that goes into being a CRA and a research site and having that dynamic work properly. Thank you very much, and keep the questions coming. Bye.